Mantore79 here! And welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Cardfight Vanguard Dear Days Part 59. Okie dokie, let's begin. Pressing the A button now. Loading game and proceeding. Here we are in the main menu, off to story mode. And here we are, back where I last saved. For those of you who watched my previous video, I spent that time progressing further in the game's story, and now in today's video, I'm going to be doing the same thing, progressing further in the game's main story. Over here, click. A fight will occur during this event. Perceive this deck. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, and click. And off we go! Here we are in Daybreak HQ. This must be the place. Rasen enters the area. Going inside the building. Oh, hello. Are you here for observation? Not exactly. Is there a Haruka here? Haruka? You're looking at her. Haruka Sokawa, commander of Team Daybreak. Touting her vision of how Vanguard should be, she swiftly dominated the Chubu region with a team of unstoppable fighters she trained herself. My name is Rasen Ichidoji. Shinobi suggested that I come here. He said you might know where my sister's whereabouts? Your sister? Would that be Yuki Ichidoji, leader of Setsugetsuka? She's missing. Huh? What do you mean, missing? I was hoping you could help. I wish I could, but unfortunately, I don't know anything. I'm sorry. And Rasen is now pretty disappointed. You don't look convinced. I have a hunch that Daybreak is involved with her disappearance. So that's why. Alright, I get it. And perhaps a fight will address your doubts. Decide for yourself whether or not Daybreak is worthy of your trust. Okay, let's do it. And we're gonna start another fight here, so choosing the deck for this fight, I'm using Stoikea's the one for one special sting Roroa. Selecting the deck and the battle begins. Let's get started. Here we are in the fight, deciding who goes first. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot! Rock the scissors, I win going first. Drawing my starting hand, I got a Inlet Pulse, Perfect Guard, Cariophilius, Radalina, and a Order card, Spiritual Body Condensation. Whoa, this is a really good hand. No need to redraw. Stand up the Vanguard. My turn. Draw. I ride from the right deck, Awakening from Slumber Roroa. For the right deck cost, I'm discarding a front trigger. Hold on. Discarding Blooming Petal Cariophilius. Discard and ride Roroa. Skill of my Vanguard. Superior call 1 plant token. Call to the back row. That's it for my turn. Now it's my opponent's turn. Here she goes. My opponent rides the Great One, Gravidia Wells. Wells' skill. Adding a Falling Hell Hazard to hand. Start a skill, drawing a card. And setting order card, Neatness Meteor Shower. When deployed to the order zone, Soul Charge 1. Soul Charge a Meteorite. Vanguard to Vanguard. No guard, gonna take it. Drive check. Heal trigger. Well, at least she cannot heal anything, but now she has a 15,000 point shield in hand. Ow! D-skill activated. Drive check, damage check. Yes, draw trigger, just what I needed. Draw and power. I drew the order card. I can use that. End of my opponent's turn. My turn. Stand and draw. I ride from the right deck. The world 3,000 years later, Roroa. Right deck cost, I am discarding Spiritual Body Condensation. Discard and ride Roroa. Then here comes Roroa's skill. Retire 1 rear guard and call 2 in its place. I call 2 plant tokens, 1 and 2, and 1 and 2. Call. Next, I call to the rear guard. Drag Raider Girl of Flame Blossoms, Radalina. Call. Radalina's skill, Counterblast 1, Counterblast, and Superior Call 1 plant token. and call. Now I am going to call a critical trigger to the rear guard and activate Momoke token skill, retiring 2 plant tokens, 1 and 2, and 10,000 power to Momoke token. That ought to do it. Now on to battle phase. Boosted by Alana, my Vanguard attacks the Vanguard, 14k. The attack goes through, dry check, no trigger, 1 damage to the opponent, and slash, damage check, no trigger, safe. And now, Momoke token, my critical goes to the soul and 2,000 power to Radalina. Now Momoke token attacks the Vanguard, 15k. Guarding with heal trigger, 23k, I knew that was coming. Now here comes Radalina to the Vanguard. Skill, Soul Blast 1. Soul Blast and inherit all of Momoke token's power, 27k to the Vanguard. The attack goes through and slash. Damage check. No trigger. Safe. 1 less card to worry about. End of my turn. Now it's my opponent's turn. She rides the Grade 2, Gravidia Behringer. Behringer skill. Draw and power up. Main phase, setting another Meteorite, felling Hell Hazard to the Order Zone. Calling the rear guard, Share Go. Rear guard the Vanguard. No guard, gonna take it. Drive check. No trigger, safe, 1 damage. Out. Damage check. Yes, draw trigger. Draw a card and giving power to Radalina. Rear guard to Vanguard. I guard with Candelaria. Guard with Candelaria, 15k, attack blocked. And ka-chink, safe. End of my opponent's turn, my turn. Stand and draw. I ride from the right deck for 1 special Stingmaroa. Right deck cost. I have 2 copies of Inlet Pulse, discard 1, and ride for 1 special Stingmaroa. Next, I'm activating Maroa skill, Soul Blast 1, Soul Blast, and Superior Call up to 3 plant tokens. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Call. Next, I set the set order, Resolute Pair of Eyes. Counter Blast in, retire 1 plant token, retiring the one in the front row. And deploy. Skill of Resolute Pair of Eyes. When deployed to Order Zone, search my deck for Radalina and add it to my hand. Now calling Inlet Pulse Dragon to rear guard. Activating Momoke token skill, retiring 2 rear guards. 2 plant tokens out of the field. 10,000 power to Momoke token. That ought to be enough. Now on to battle phase. Vanguard to Vanguard. Wait, hold on. Inlet Pulse attacks the rear guard. Share Go. 13k to the rear guard. The attack goes through and bang bang bang. 1 less rear guard to worry about. Here it comes. Vanguard to Vanguard. 13k. The attack goes through. Twin Drive. First check. Yes, another draw trigger. Draw a card. I drew a heal trigger and giving power to Momoke token. Second check. No trigger. 1 damage to opponent, and here we go. And a pierce, stab, poke. Damage check. Ah, heal trigger, lucky. She can heal and powers up. Ah, how lucky was that? Fine. Momoke token, attack the Vanguard, 30k. Guarding of critical, 35k, just barely enough. Now Radalina, attack the Vanguard. Radalina's skill, Soul Blast 1, Soul Blast, and inheriting all of Momoke token's power. Total 40k to Vanguard. The attack goes through. Slash. Damage check. No trigger, safe. And that's the end of my turn. Inlet Pulse's skill into Soul, and draw a card. Draw another critical, and my opponent's turn. She rides the Grade 3 Gravidia Nordlinger. Skill of Nordlinger when placed. deploy a bunch more meteorites into order zone. Skill, soul charge, and draw. Setting another meteorite. Calling the rear guard a Bushiroad. Skill of meteorite, soul charge, and Vanguard. Skill of Nordlinger. Sending like 5 or more meteorites down. Critical up to Vanguard. And meteorite skill for everyone sent to the drop zone. Retire my rear guards. Oh man, this is gonna be heavy. And meteorite skill. Alright, I perfect guard whip. Plan to prevent dragon. Perfect guard. Plan to prevent perfect guard cost. Discarding the draw trigger Lina. Discard. That should be enough. Twin drive. First check. No trigger. Perfect guard. That's not good. Second check. Ah, critical. So lucky. Critical to the rear guard. Powering up. Criticaling up. Powering up. Doubling her trigger count. Ka-chink. Safe. Here comes the rear guard. Bushiroad. 38k. I gotta block it, so guarding with the front trigger and critical trigger. Is that enough? Here, yep, just barely enough. And guard. 48k shield, just barely enough. And ka-chink, safe. And with my opponent's turn, my turn. Stand and draw. Drew their heal trigger, not good. Now I'm going to activate Roro's skill, Soul Blasting 1, Soul Blast, and call up to 3 plant tokens. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Call. Next, I call to the rear guard, Candelaria. Call. On to battle phase. Boosted by plant token. Plant token on the right attacks the rear guard, Bushiroad. 15k. Just enough. And boom! One less rear guard to worry about. Now my Vanguard attacks the Vanguard. The attack goes through. Twin drive. First check. No trigger. Order card. Second check. Yes, another draw trigger. I drew and power to the rear guard, Candelaria. 1 damage. And a stab, pierce, poke. Damage check. No trigger. Persona Ride. Safe. 1 less card to worry about. Boosted by plant token. Candelaria attacks the Vanguard. 30k. The attack goes through. Pierce. Damage check. Yes! Critical trigger. She wasted a trigger. Trigger effect wasted, and end of my turn. Candelaria skill. Self-retreat. Call 2 plant tokens in her place. Here we go. She's gone, and 2 plant tokens. 1 and 2. Call. That's it for my turn. My opponent's turn. Main phase, deploying another meteorite to the order zone. Vanguard. Skill of Nordlinger. Sending 1 meteorite. Falling Hell Hazard is treated as 2 cards. And Nordlinger's not getting the plus critical effect or the trigger doubling, so I can let this attack go through. No guard. Drive check first. No trigger. Persona Ride. That's not good. Second check. No trigger. Grade 2 is safe, so 1 damage. Here it comes. Ow! Damage check. No trigger. Resolute pair of eyes. End of their turn. My turn. Stand and draw. Going to main phase and... What should I do at this point? I'm going to call... What should I do? Alright, I'm activating the Order card. Spiritual Body Condensation, Soul Blast 1, Soul Blast, and Superior Call from Drop Zone. I Superior Call, Blooming Petal, Caryophyllus. Call! Caryophyllus' skill. When called while I have no cards in Soul, Soul Charge 2. And here we go! Soul Charge! 1 and 2. 2 normal units. That should be enough. On to battle phase. First, Plant Token, boosted by Plant Token, attacks the Vanguard, 15k. Guarding with a 5k shield, just barely enough. Boosted by Plant Token, Vanguard the Vanguard, 23k. Double Guard, 43k, 2 to pass, Twin Drive, first check. No trigger, Radalina, and second check. No trigger, Leoka, the attack fails. Now boosted by Plant Token, Caryophyllus attacks the Vanguard, 24k. Guard with a Perfect Guard. Perfect Guard comes, she's discarding a Meteorite, so the attack fails, and end of my turn, my opponent's turn. She's Persona Riding, I knew that was coming. Persona Ride and Skill of Vanguard, deploying more Meteorites, one more. Skill of Meteorite, draw and Soul Charge Perfect Guard, nice. Calling Rear Guard, playing another Order card. Skill of Order, Soul Charge a trigger, nice. Vanguard to Vanguard. First, Vanguard, Nordlinger skill, setting how many Meteorites? Nearly all of them, so the effect, critical up and trigger doubling is active. Hell Hazard skill, retiring a Regard. Retiring back row Plant Token. Meteorite skill. Retiring another Plant Token. Skill, again. Retiring my front row. Not activating skill, instead I am going to activate Alchemic Hedgehog, both of them. Double Guard. Alchemic Hedgehog skill. My opponent's attacking unit's critical is increased by non-trigger effects plus 15,000 shield. Same effect, another 15,000 shield. Total 63,000 power. That's 2 triggers to pass. And guarding with draw trigger. Leona skill, another 5,000 shield, 73k. So that's 2 to pass. First check. Draw trigger, lucky. Powering to Rear Guard. Powering up again, drawing more. Second check. Heal trigger, come on. So lucky. The double trigger effect is still active, so you can double heal. So lucky. Ka-chink. I can't believe it. Of all the times to get a double trigger. No guard, gonna take it. And no guard. Taking the attack. Ow! Damage check. No trigger. Another Persona Ride. Come on, so unlucky. End of their turn, my turn. Stand draw. Skipping right phase to main phase. I call Radalina to Rear Guard. Call. Radalina's skill, Counterblast 1, Counterblast, and call Mamake Token to the Rear Guard. Call Mamake Token. Next, I'm going to call Sylvan Horn Beast Leoka to the Rear Guard. Leoka's skill, Self-Retreat, and giving 10,000 power to Mamake Token. Then Mamake Token skill, retreat 1 Rear Guard, retreat 1 Plant Token, another 5,000 power to Mamake Token, moving Plant Token to the back row, and I call to the Rear Guard a Candelaria. Call! That should be enough. On to battle phase. First, boosted by Plant Token, Candelaria attacks the Rear Guard Stantner, 20k to 15k. The attack goes through. Pierce, 1 less Rear Guard to worry about. Now Vanguard to Vanguard, 13k. The attack goes through. Twin Drive, first check. No trigger, Persona Ride, second check. No trigger, Ratalina. 1 damage to opponent. And poke, 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 stab, 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 pierce. 1 damage, damage check. Ah, critical, come on. Another lucky trigger. Of all the times. Powering up, and now Mamake token, attack the Vanguard, 25k. Guarding whip, draw trigger. I knew that was there. 33k, just barely enough. Now here it comes, Ratalina attacks the Vanguard. Skill, Soul Blast 1. Soul Blast, inherit all Mamake token's power. Total 35k. Guarding whip, critical trigger, 38k, just barely enough. And the attack fails. End of my turn, my opponent's turn. My rear guard Candelier's skill, self-retreat. Call 2 plant tokens in her place. Retreat. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Call. My opponent. Ah, not another Persona ride. Come on. Vanguard skill. Nothing left. Only 3 cards left in deck. Battle phase. Not activating my... Hold on. Yep, gonna activate my skill. Retreat all of my plant tokens. And get plus 5,000 shield for each one. Total 28k. Guarding whip. The front trigger. Frenzy Eris. Guard. 48k. Over trigger to pass. Twin drive. First check. Heal trigger. Come on. Again, she heals! Second check. Ah, double trigger, come on! The attack does not go through, but... And automatic win, deck out! That was a pretty rough fight. Despite some lucky triggers from my opponent, I managed to win. Even with or without the decking out, I probably could have lasted, so... Got win, attack 40,000 more power, guard 60,000 more shield, perfect guard it. Opponent double critical, opponent double healed, 10 turns passed, did a superior call, retired 5 or more opposing units, drew 3 or more times in 1 turn, I got 3,000 VP, total 8,675 VP. Pressing A to go next, leaving fight, returning the game story. Just what I expect from a member of Setsugetsuka. It's obvious that nothing can shake your determination. So, looks like you're finally convinced. Yes, I apologize. Rasen realizes he was wrong. I should apologize to Shinobu too. Don't worry about it, I'll tell him later. Can I ask you something? Was there something that might have caused your sister's disappearance? Come to think of it, she lost the fight to someone named Kanji. Lost to Kanji, did you say? Is something wrong? Haruka seems to know what's going on. Maybe, just maybe, I might know where your sister is. Really? But I'll need some time to confirm things. Would you mind waiting around for a bit? Of course not, thank you. And we're receiving help from Haruka? Here, take this. It's a coupon for a free parfait. Whoa, really generous. The scene is over, back to the map, and got a new deck recipe, Haruka's deck. And with that, that's all the time we have for today. First I want to say is, thank you to the viewers watching today's video, and to please stay tuned for more videos I plan to upload again in the near future. I also hope you'll show support by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my videos and channel. And with that I say, goodbye and see you.